we are connected as well. We need to communicate. We need to our financial vision. We technically all are eliminated. There will come a time where there are, actual monetary. Slowly, some people, the youngsters, it's possible. It's possible. There already exists a computer that is teaching how to actually buy. Yeah, if you, the internet is amazing.
The issue happens to be with our insurance, Aetna, benefits that our children need that we're not getting, and that would be autism. We have this when you call to have something covered, and they tell us it's not covered, and okay, it's not covered. You let it go. That's it. My child needs ABA services, and when you call Aetna, they tell us that it's not covered. Now, ABA is very important, and I was wondering if there's something that could be done. Is there something that could be amended as far as this rule that certain things are not covered? If we get more people, more transit workers that are interested, that have a children on the spectrum, and like me, will love their child to get ABA services, so maybe some other service that it's not covered. Then we would go forward. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Two Transit Misfit show. Blunt, can you hear us?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Ms. Michelle Lopez. Thanks for
Hi,
joining us.
Rebecca.
We're having some bad technical difficulties on Blunt's side. I don't think he could hear us. Blunt, can you talk? Maybe we could hear you. We could hear you, Blunt.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah, we could hear you. He's been having a problem with the computer for a while now. And he's going to try to join us because he's a big part of this. You heard me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. But
yeah, okay, I know you hear me because I heard myself on the mic.
I don't hear myself in these headphones, but whatever.
But you could hear us.
I can hear y'all.
Okay, so that's what's important. So, yeah. Blunt, you have not met Ms. Michelle Lopez?
Hello.
Hi. Nice to
How you
meet
doing?
you.
Nice to meet you.
We
Good, good,
spoke
good.
earlier today. We did a little sound check to make sure everything was going on. So we are live now.
I should have been.
Let's just get started right away. Michelle Lopez. We met. What was it? Last week over the phone.
No, a
I
little
just
longer
want
than that. Maybe like 3 weeks ago
3 weeks
was
ago.
yeah, through
This was
well, it was
thanks.
through a mutual, through someone in
Yeah,
Facebook. His name is
Rob Martinez.
yes, I'm bad at
Rob
remembering.
Martinez. Okay, he's Rob Martinez. He's from my depot.
Thank you, Rob
I
Martinez, for
get I get
responding
a
to
knock on
my
the head
Facebook.
if I don't remember him. But yeah,
Yeah, he was very nice. He responded to my Facebook post about ABA. I was inquiring, like, since I know we're under a new contract now, I wanted to know. One of my first thing was like, how do I get ABA into the insurance? Who do I need to speak to? What do I need to do? And as I was looking for information, I was like, let me post this on the Map Store, Facebook. Maybe someone can give me an answer. Rob Martinez was very helpful. I appreciate him because he answered. He sent a video of you guys that did in 2020, I believe, and I saw the video and I was very intrigued, and I sent him a private message and I said, I would like to speak to Pete and see what we can do from here, because it was the first time that I acquired. Not I'm nervous, I'm sorry.
that's okay. No,
Nah, don't be
about
I'm
nervous.
just
Don't be
no,
nervous.
no.
nervous.
It's my
We're here,
first
all
time
brothers and
online.
sisters.
So we
Only a
all
million
can.
people are watching you right now. Don't be nervous.
Just a
Yeah.
million.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We're not there yet. But yeah, just
Woo.
just look at your camera and don't worry about it. You know
Okay.
what I always say when you're in public, imagine everybody naked in front of you, because that way they're the ones that are
Yeah.
embarrassed, not you. So
Yeah.
imagine not naked, just imagine everybody in their underwear. That's not cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go there. I'm just gonna let that go.
I have a habit of sticking my foot on my mouth so often. I don't know. So
Yeah.
just excuse me.
No,
But
it's
yeah,
okay.
we actually had, I think it was back in 2018, we had done a live with Rob and his brother. It was during contract
Contract negotiation.
negotiations.
Right.
That's when we
Yeah.
were doing a show together in the same house,
Before
and,
COVID.
and and I actually asked him about it, and he said, "Yeah,
Mhm.
that what do you call it? ABA is something that could be put into the plan,
So everything could be
Mhm.
negotiated.
negotiated." So
Mhm.
from there, then that was back in 2020 that revisited that again. Um, I've been doing some research myself. The whole thing is that I went and I spoke to Aetna. So this is what it's all about. I went to Aetna, and they basically said that they don't cover ABA. Now, ABA, for those who don't know, ABA therapy is applied behavioral analysis. I was doing a little bit of homework. Um, there's a lot
Mhm.
of people on the autism spectrum. I remember back when I started listening about it, it was like one in every 100 something. Then it dropped to one in 88. Now, the last time I looked, it's one in every 59 children are born with an autism spectrum disorder. So it's gotten bigger. So with my child, well, I've spoken about mine quite a few times. So if you don't mind, first of all, tell us, you don't got to tell us what depot, but just tell us that your garage is where
Yeah.
is it, in Brooklyn,
So
Queens?
I'm currently in Manhattan right now, but I'm going back to the Bronx.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
in Manhattan MTV right now, so but I'm picking up. I'm going to Kingsbridge. That's my home.
Okay. Okay.
So
Good. So see, so this
yeah.
is kind of good. We're already reaching out away from Brooklyn. We're now
Oh,
going
so
to Manhattan. So that's a good thing. Um, my child is gonna be 12. It started when he was like, I think, 18 months. When he was diagnosed, and when we go through early intervention, that's where I don't know if, like, I'm guessing your child wasn't early intervention also, Miss Lopez.
Did she freeze?
Yeah, she's probably
there.
freezing.
Sorry, my Wi-Fi was acting up, but I'm back.
Yeah.
It was connected to the Wi-Fi in the back of the apartment. That's why.
Your child was on early intervention, right?
Yes. So the story how I found out that my child had autism was incredible. I mean, so I went downstairs, right?
Share what you
And
can.
I'm sorry.
Share what you can.
Okay, so I went to my neighbor and I asked him. I saw that his son was going to school. My child at that time was around 16 months. So I asked him, I said, "What school does your son go to?" And he goes, "Oh, my son goes to a special school." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Do you mind me asking what type of special school does he go to?" I thought he was talking about financially, like he pays for a private school for his child, you know. But he goes, "Oh no, he goes to a school for autism." So I'm at that point, I am the people who don't know anything about autism. Oh, but he don't look autistic. But what is autism? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I went upstairs and I went on Google and I Googled what is autism. And as I'm reading the five points to autism, I'm looking at my child and he is reflecting all five of them. So that's how I found out. And I'm reading Google and I'm like, okay, no eye contact. And I'm looking at him and he's not making no eye contact. Don't respond to his name. And I'm like, Amir, Amir, Amir. And he don't respond to his name. Spinning. He was spin like he was doing everything.
Hmm.
So I had his 19-month doctor appointment, which was in September, was coming up. So I went to the doctor's office and I told this doctor, I said, I came in and I was like, doctor, I think my son has autism. And his doctor looks at me. He already knows because Amir's already in a corner playing with the garbage. Amir didn't acknowledge him or anything like that, but he was surprised that I accepted it. Even though, I'm going to be honest, I didn't accept it, but I didn't
Hmm.
stop. You know, that was the most important thing in finding out that my child was autism, was not stopping. Whether I had my doubts and I used to be like, no, he don't have it. And then I'm like, okay, but what services does he need? What do I need to do? You know, I was still fighting with myself, but I never not get my son the best all the services that he needed. I was still therapy they'll come to my house to evaluate him and I would cry right after they leave because I didn't like the results. I didn't believe what they were saying, but I wouldn't close that door for him, you know? And I think that's what helped me the most with my child today. He's 5 years old. He received ABA therapy starting at 20 months all the way till the pandemic, which he had to, stop because of the pandemic. That's when he turned 4. He aged out at 4 because his birthday's in February. And then I got
Okay.
him speech, OT, and we put him in a center and he's went to Washington Heights Birch. He's in a really good school for autism right now. I'm also advocating for him for a private school or a charter school that has ABA. That gives, I'm going hard for him. I'm looking for the
Hmm.
best schools, and because the most important thing about ABA for us is specific. People who work for transit, who work for MTA, period, is as a parent, I can't be there for him. I can't be the teacher for him. As much as I want to, I can't. My job doesn't give me the 9 to 5, you're home at 4 o'clock so you can do homework with your child and have an hour of studying. So ABA is what he is going to, it sounds bad, but it's gonna cover my fault as a parent that I can't do, right? Because of the living. I'm a single parent, so I have to make the money for my child.
Correct.
I have to do the overtime. I have to be out there working endless hours. Runs are 10 hours, 9, We can't live off a 40 check on the MTA. So that's not a choice for me. I have to do overtime. And I was like, okay, so if I can't be that parent that's gonna be the teacher for him, because I'm absent most of the times. I don't see him only when I put him in the bus in the morning. When I come home, he's sleeping. So, what can I do for him? What could I do as a parent? I can't just limit myself and say, I can't do it. My job is too hard. I go to resources, right? I look for ABA. I look for after school programs. I look for the best school with the good that gives him speech, OT, everything that he needs. That's what I can do as a parent. I don't completely blame myself for the what I chose to do for a living. I would love to stay home, but who got to pay the bills? You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So this is where ABA comes about. So my son is 5 and he's still at age to receive ABA. It's still early on, and I went to inquire about it because certain teachers told me like, oh, private insurance are paying for them. That's weird that the MTA doesn't. And I started
Hmm.
thinking about it, and I'm like, it's true. Why doesn't the MTA pay for ABA? So it stood on my mind, and I was like, okay. So I heard it a couple of more times when I was calling for speech and OT. They were like, oh, you should call your insurance because insurance now are paying for ABA. And I said, okay, so this is something new, right? It hasn't reached the MTA, but I wonder why, because there's so many of us who have children with autism. In Kingsbridge, I can tell you about 10 people that I know with children with special needs. So I could only imagine throughout all the depots how many parents will benefit from from the service itself. And I was talking to an advocate that I have for my son's IT5, which is for his school thing, and
Thank you
she
for that, Mr. Be Nice. Go
uh
ahead. No, no, I'm just thanking him for his post, his comment.
oh, okay. I thought he was telling me to be nice, and that's his name.
Sorry, Mr. Bernard.
And
Bernard, be nice.
Jennifer Powell, I'm gonna try and get. She's a very good ABA therapist. She's also an advocate for children, and I met her through my son's principal. She has her both of her children's in Washington Heights Birch is the private school part. And I want to get her to speak in this program with us. You
That'd be
know,
great. That'd be
so
great.
she can give us the feedback because I'm not too knowledgeable about autism. I'm trying. I'm getting there. I'm learning as I go. It's not the
It
same as
happened the same with us when we found out we don't know what autism was. It
yeah.
was just me that through seeing something on TV, I was like, that looks like autism. My
Mhm.
wife was the one that was a little iffy, like, no, that's not that. Until he was diagnosed, we were bawling that day when because we
Yeah.
already kind of thought by looking at how he was acting, our son.
Yeah.
But then when you get diagnosed and you're in that room and you have those three
Yeah.
professionals come and tell you, yeah, your
And
son.
then you're looking for someone to
To
tell
talk
you
to.
what it is, like they tell you what diabetes is, what like they tell you what cancer is, and you don't have any answers. So that's
Yeah.
what drives you
We were
crazy,
going online. My
you
wife was
know?
buying books. We were going to the library. It was like we were like
Yes.
we became knowledgeable. We're still learning. For
Mm-hmm.
instance, for those that don't know, I got some stuff that I wrote here. So the children at a young age, when they're in early intervention, you're probably getting it. Uh, they have speech therapy. They have which is showing proper language skills. OT was occupational therapy, and that shows you how to grasp, hold, hand
Sensory,
stuff,
deal with sensory,
right?
and
Then you got PT, physical therapy, with is kind of like the walking kind of thing, the running, the going up the stairs, the jumping, that kind of thing, how to do stuff. So it's very important. People would probably think that's not important. It is important to every child that needs the service. Throwing stuff, skipping. The ABA kind of improves life skills, um, which I have here. It's ABA is applied behavioral analysis, and this therapy is based on the science of learning behavior. So it helps develop appropriate play or leisure skills. It builds your fine master skills and gross motor skills. It builds free. It improves attention, focus, memory. It helps you face daily challenges, which we take for granted, as adults.
and it helps your
The daily.
receptive language as well. Receptive language
Exactly.
is one of
It helps them as they get older to become more independent. It helps them live a more fulfilled life. You know, um, brain structure. It's basically what they need. It helps kids with to learn skills to lessen problematic behavior, like hurting themselves. There because there's a lot of children that as they get older, they tend to start hurting themselves. They hit
Mhm.
themselves against the wall. Even as they get older, some of them start getting um, kind of like to take their life. They can start getting thoughts like that.
Suicidal thoughts.
Suicidal thoughts when they get older. So this is a very big deal. There's famous people that have autism. To name a few that you probably all know, Dan Aykroyd, known for his work in the Ghostbusters, he is autistic. Do we know Sir Anthony Hopkins from
Ellen
that
Musk
from
too.
that movie Silence of the Lambs? If everybody knows Sir Anthony Hopkins, autistic. Albert Einstein, yeah, Albert
Yeah.
Einstein, mathematician, genius, autistic, and one more I got here, Daryl Hannah. If all
And
you
Elon
remember,
Musk, you haven't mentioned him, the guy who invented Tesla.
oh, I heard that he is also. So
Hmm.
there's all different levels, and our children here at Transit. I also found out that Aetna has ABA providers, and they have a required pre-certification list. So they have it in many other plans throughout the city and in different states. So why not for transit? I
Hmm.
know I spoke to you about it, but in the past I have brought this up where I was told that MTA had agreed to give us the ABA therapy for our children, but what was it that said
Labor
no?
relations.
Labor, thank you. See, that's why you need these two people here. Labor relations disagreed. They said no because they said it was expensive.
Hmm.
Granted, the services are very expensive, and like Blunt has spoken not too long ago, it's like what a parent's gonna do? Do over? You're already up to here with your job and the time and everything. So how are you gonna do even more overtime to get the money to pay for these services? From when we try to find out the services where we called up, it's $600 a lesson. Maybe the places that are cheaper, but this place that we went to that was supposed to be high qualified
Yeah,
to do ABA, $600 a lesson for the person to come to your home.
yeah.
That's a lot of money,
And no, and
And
even if we had the choice to do out of network where they will at least reimburse some of that money back, I would do the sacrifice, you know? But you
mhm.
can't just black us out like the autism is not a disability and we need help financially in order to provide that for our children. So um like I said, that's why I don't know, we're gonna speak about it here about the class settlement. That's why I want to choose that route because Jennifer Powell, the advocate that I was telling you about, she she told me that Medicaid just lost a settlement because they didn't want to provide ABA for children. So she was like, "You can definitely win it." And I didn't pick her mind on it because at that time I had a subject on the T5 thing. But when I do call her and ask her if she can join us for one of these Thursdays for our session, I want her to explain why she thinks we can win it because she has all that information. I just didn't pick her brain on it.
Okay.
And then that's what she was the one that gave me the motivation and the little tick to be like, yeah, you could. Why not? Why not be the change for the MTA? They don't want to give it to us. They haven't given it to us in so many years. I only have 2 years in the job. I could only imagine you guys with so many years and your children are already 12, 15, 20 years old
Hmm.
that didn't get the services, right? Because one, you probably didn't qualify for Medicaid. So your child couldn't get ABA for a long time. So if I can't qualify for Medicaid because I make 60 whatever I make a year, then my insurance should at least give me ABA with a copayment or a out of network reimbursement at least, you
That
know?
or I
Or
mean, maybe they don't have to give it to you every single day, every week, but something.
exactly two
Maybe
days a
3 days
week
out
or
of the
approve
week,
it
do
by age.
anything they
They
give
could approve it
us.
by age. They could do something. Something
And they
they
see
can
the
do.
IEP, which is folks. The IEP is basically when they check everything that your child needs, his goals, everything is on there on that sheet.
Yeah.
That to show for your
Exactly
children.
the IP,
So
yeah.
that's why you're coming here. Because I want to let them know the reason you're here because you have a different idea,
Approach, a different approach
approach to
to do it
this.
because I
Like,
feel like I'm not gonna waste my time with something that it's already been out there for so many years. Like my child is 5. I'm not gonna spend I am gonna do it.
mine's about to turn 12.
Yeah, I am gonna do it the petition way. I am gonna do it every other way, but I do want to go hard because I'm gonna go home. I need answers. I need
Correct.
answers, so I'm going the legal way. I'm gonna do what Jennifer Powell told me. If we lose, we lose, but at least it
Right,
was worth a try for
right.
my child
Exactly.
and for everyone else's child. So yes, the
Like
first
Blunt came out with this petition because, granted, I got 21 years on the job right now, and maybe I shouldn't worry that much. But it's like you start thinking, okay, if I'm gonna start doing something like against transit, there's always some BS that might come back to me. But Blunt was like, I'm not longer under the MTA umbrella, so I'm gonna do this. He's a good friend, and he did this 3 days ago, I believe it is, maybe going on four.
I think 4 days ago, something like that.
4 days ago. And today, let me just real quick. Today, the petition is, I know we have gone over 200 already,
Yeah, over 200 signatures already.
over 200 signatures.
teachers
We
did it. They fought
Hmm?
they
Other
did
agencies have done it.
yeah, teachers did it. They were educated, they know, and they won. I was looking in Google, I saw a couple of lawsuit settlements that were won by employees, private insurance employees, and they won. So why
two
can't we do it?
217 signatures so far. So, folks, if you're watching this, please share, join our petition, sign a petition. I know the petition asks if you want to donate, take the next step.
Yeah,
We're not asking for money. That's not
right,
money. That's for
Yeah,
us. We're just asking for the
the
signatures.
signature and
right.
the
So,
share.
Ms. Lopez has the plan. Do you want to mention it right now? What that plan is
Yeah, class action settlement. A lot.
with?
With Aetna and MTA.
No, who have you?
Oh,
Who's working
wait, but I
for?
can't
Sure.
say that. I can't say
Not
that
yet.
yet because I'd have to speak to a lawyer first, you know.
Okay.
So
Okay. I'm glad. I'm
the
glad we.
company, the law firm, I still don't have it yet because they haven't confirmed that they're gonna take our case. I have
Okay.
to continue doing my research, but that I'm gonna follow through for that, I am definitely. Someone's
Okay.
gonna take it. Someone's
But
definitely
but
gonna take it.
already called him.
Yeah.
We gave our information. Blunt already. They spoke to him, gave his information, and they pretty much told us that anybody else that's interested in this,
They
Oh,
give
we
it.
can
they
give
gave.
the number so they can call them, see
We
if
get
that
yeah, but
was.
then we're gonna be giving them the name on here,
Yeah,
which
but
you said you want
but
to
you
do
know,
that.
yeah, that's true. I need to speak. Maybe by next Thursday we can
Check out.
Okay.
that
We
information.
first of all, I mean, the contract is going to be negotiated next year, so we have plenty of time right now to get. And like you said, Michelle, I was telling Pete this the other last week. You don't want to just hit it with one tactic. You want to come at it from all angles.
Yeah.
So petition is one way, legal is the other way. To get more people involved is another way. The
Yeah,
more
going to our
we throw at
depots,
it,
promoting what we're doing, and this is another way through doing it through live video, getting the word out there through Facebook, through YouTube. We just have to unite and we have to fight because when the MTA wants to do something for us that we don't like, we accept it, right? And we be like,
exactly.
okay, you want us to ride this line for this much time and turn here, we do it. So why can't we fight for our children, which is our life? That's who we work for,
And it's all right.
and there's people that don't have children, but everyone has a motive. But for me, my life is my child, and right
And
now.
there's probably a lot of people that know somebody
Exactly.
with a child on the
Mhm.
spectrum, and you had mentioned that you I don't know if you had found out, but you had mentioned that you believe that 20% of the transit workforce has children on the spectrum.
No, I don't have a percentage, but I do know that in the depot itself, where I'm from, where I started in Kingsbridge, I
Hmm.
know about 15 to 20 people who have either dispatchers or their regular coworkers who have children, grandkids, anybody with autism. So, because I'm very open about my child, so everyone I speak to, I'm like, "Oh, my child has autism." So that I find out because they're like, "Oh yeah, my child too," or my nephew does. So everyone, in a way, understands. We're not
Right.
living in a time where people's like, "Oh, what?" Like I was 5 years ago. What is autism? People know, and then
And
we're just
uh,
gonna help them be more open minded about it.
and a shout out to console dispatcher Letty Pringle. She reached out to me a couple nights ago to talk about this. She's very concerned about it. She knows other dispatchers
Mhm.
and drivers that are the autism, and she is down with the fight as well. Because,
Yeah,
like she said, we are all in transit.
yeah.
So she is going to be reaching out to everybody else. She shared it yesterday, and I
Yeah.
saw the numbers on our petitions grow up by like 10 real
Yeah.
quick. So she said that she sent it out. So it's like we're jumping on the ground running right now. We're
Yeah.
finally getting the motor running, the ball running. Blunt with the petition. Thank God you were brought to us too, because
Yeah.
now
Thank God
there's
for you
someone
guys
else.
too, because I
We
feel like I
are.
have support.
Oh,
Oh,
definitely.
I
definitely,
was like, oh,
definitely.
I'm alone.
And
Let me
we're
just send this
yeah,
Facebook message. I don't know if I'm gonna get a response.
not alone, not alone, definitely not alone. And
Mm.
Blunt, I got to thank you personally. I know I thank you before, but I thank you so much because of this petition that you did that I just didn't feel I could do it, but you did it. Roberto Martinez, I said it before, I want to thank you
Yes, thank you so
because
much, guys.
through you, I got to meet Miss Lopez here, and we're keeping in this fight. And you said that you're also doing whatever you can to help us out with this, and we thank you very much for that as
Yes,
well.
thank you.
Um, it's all about getting the ball rolling, folks. Please share this out. If you know anybody on the spectrum with transit workers, let them know. You can reach out to us at our email, two transitmisfits at gmail.com. Hit us up on that. If you know Blunt or know myself, you can just call us,
We
text
can
us.
when it gets warmer, we can actually start doing like, because in my depot they like to do it like fundraisers and stuff together. So I can talk to my union. They're really good. They're very supportive. Monique, Robin, Flex, Castillo. I'm gonna talk to my union and see what they think about it once the ball's rolling. See if we can do something so we can get together and celebrate that day and speak about it as well. Not for money. Nobody, we're not doing no fundraiser, but we can do it just to
Well,
spread the word throughout the depots.
I, actually, I've created a T-shirt with that idea in mind, where not only will we bring awareness to the situation, but the proceeds from the T-shirt, most of the proceeds from the T-shirt will be donated to I forgot the name. It's a company that deals with autism.
Hmm.
But if the link is in the
Yeah, we can
YouTube channel.
definitely do that in the fundraiser. We can cook. I know a lot of people in my depot like to bring in stuff, and I'll
Awesome
cook.
idea.
We bring stuff, and we just like do something small, and then start from the bottom, and then grow it. Every year we make it a little bit bigger. We do an anniversary. It's usually better in April because it's also Autism Awareness Month,
Yes, yes.
but it's also the weather that doesn't help, right?
Mhm.
So
And
in the
lately it's been
pick a
crazy. It's
day.
like winter to spring to summer within 3 days. It's
Yeah,
like
we'll pick a
crazy.
day. You guys come to the Bronx, and then I'll go over there, and then we'll make it work. We'll make it work.
For
Brooklyn
sure.
don't like the Bronx, yo. Let me stop. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, we're making one exception, right?
Yeah,
And
I
Blunt
don't
has
like
also
Brooklyn
been.
either.
Well, we'll just have to
I heard Brooklyn
bite the
stinks.
bullet, and
yeah,
either we'll go
yeah.
there, you got me here.
Yeah,
We mix it up, but we
yeah.
we got to do it for the.
A
This is
nice
like our.
event. It's gonna be worthwhile.
We're
It
gonna
really
start
is.
creating this autism event, which is a great idea, Michelle Lopez. So
Thank you. Thank you.
see, there's we got to get brains together to get things going.
Rolling, yeah.
So,
Well,
Blunt has spoken already to people from the union.
I already spoken to some higher ups in the union, so they're looking into it for us. They'll get back to me next week,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and hopefully he jumps aboard. But
And we're
that's
not
what you
asking for nothing political. We're not trying to make this political. This is families with children on the spectrum who are transit workers uniting to see if we could turn the arms on MTA and Aetna to get us the services, which are so much important
Even
for our children.
supplies for children with disability. I was surprised because my child is 5 and he's still not potty trained because his biggest this thing in the autism spectrum is receptive language, so it's understanding. So Amir, in order to understand, is like this is why AB is good for him. I have to cue him and all for everything that he does, like point, do this, do that. I can't speak to him and just expect him to perform. This is why AB is important for him, because the ABA, that's what they do. They help him in every little task that he needs to do, understand and assimilate at the same time.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's
So
what.
as Michelle, well, you this could actually go to both of you guys as single. I can't say single parents, but as parents for a child on the spectrum. What is a typical day like for you when you have to go to work, knowing that your child has autism?
Oh, Michelle, go ahead.
Well, for me, I'm gonna be real honest. My child is on the spectrum, but my child is very good at, you know, he has been, because he's been getting therapy since he's 19, so, since 19 months. So he lets me, like, I wake him up in the morning, I give him a bedtime at 8, so he wakes up good. Then I go to work, and then he comes home. So it's not, for me, it's not that bad, honestly.
And same, I mean, when it started, it was like once we knew that he had it, it was like a little zombie. He was just standing there, and
Mhm.
we lost eye contact, we lost the verbal, and then with the services as he got them in early intervention, and then in the schools that he's gone through so far, without the ABA, because after 3 years old, they cut him off on ABA. So but he's gotten so much help and so much support, but not just in school, but also friends, other people that have dealt with kids on the spectrum, where he's come a long way, where he speaks
Yeah.
to us now. If he has a pain, he'll let us know. Like before, if he was in pain, it's like we have to guess, like, why is
My
he
son
crying?
right now, he's
Right.
non-verbal, so he doesn't speak.
Yeah, but don't worry, he will. He's 5.
He
They
sings, he
catch
knows his number, everything, but he just
they
doesn't
catch
communicate
up.
at work.
It's like we sometimes he comes out. Look, do you know that sometimes he speaks to us in French?
Yeah.
He's on his tablet, and he said something to us one day, and we're like, Michael, what'd you say? And he said this, and what is that? He said, that's French. You
Yeah.
know, he'll changes the languages on the TV to Spanish. So he's come a very long way. His thing is just to focus in. We have a problem with him focusing on something. We have a problem that we tell him, come do this and then do this, and he'll go here. And you know how those, when we walk into a room, it's like, what do we come to this room for?
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
we forget, as adults we forget. So like he'll walk in because we're asking to get something, and they're like, what happened to him? We walk in there, he's on the
It's the
tablet, like he
iPad.
totally forgot.
It's the iPad, because the phone be doing the same thing to me. I go in there, I'm like, oh wait, because our mind is still on what we're doing on the phone, the video.
Yeah, yeah. And like he talks a lot out loud, like continue talking out loud. And like I told my wife, you know what? We're probably basically the same, because a lot of times during the day, we're talking a lot in our head.
Mm-hmm. I
We're
know how to remember what I'm doing as well.
right, but we're talking constantly things in our head, ideas, things that we're thinking about. What, Plum? You're thinking stuff right now. You're probably somewhere else thinking about something else right now. But like we thinking things, and the thing with him is that he think, but he's thinking out loud.
Yeah.
We keep our things in mind when we're thinking about, like, what am I gonna do today? Or am I gonna eat it? Or sometimes there's a song that comes on, songs like stick into your head all day long. So just imagine, because sometimes he'll be saying something over and over and over, like for hours. And sometimes the same thing like with us, where we have this song in our head, it just sticks in our head over and over. But we concentrate to keep these things in our head.
Mm-hmm.
Kids like maybe my son, he's just out there. He's like he,
Speaks his mind,
yeah.
literally.
Do you guys not feel concerned when you're not there and your child has to interact with other children?
Of course.
In the beginning, we definitely were, because he has a lack of social skill. But once in a while, he kind of surprises us with something. But he still sometimes like backs down. So he does need the ABA very much, because I think that if he would have had the ABA from age 3, then they took him off,
Yeah.
he probably will be a lot more
Further along.
further along right at this moment. Instead of, he's pretty far back on his he's gonna be 12, and he's pretty far back. So ABA is needed, and I can't push it enough that there's so many, like you mentioned, so many people with children on the spectrum who are transit workers, and we need you guys to step up. We need you guys to come to us. Let us know. Don't think it's a dead end. I was thinking it was a dead end too. A couple of years ago, I kept thinking, like, what am I going to do? I called Aetna. They told me it's not covered. You could go to the session and get the session, and you're going to send the bill to us, but we're going to send it right back because it's not covered.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, I was like, what are we going to do? Long had ideas.
And it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. We shouldn't have to choose from something.
Aetna has airlift. They have airlift in our plan. Emergency airlift, helicopter airlift, which has been used only one time. It was our what was his name? The first chair, that he got voted down, but
I know you spoke about it in the other video that I saw, but
yeah, it's like it was only being used one time since it was put onto the plan.
We're gonna fight it. We're gonna get it. I know for sure. I
think now we have a bigger chance if we have a big group.
The
It's gonna,
the more people get involved, the better chance we have. The
yeah.
major problem that we're gonna have is this: people are not concerned unless they're affected by it.
Hmm.
So if their child is not on the spectrum, or they don't know somebody close to them that's on the spectrum, they don't give a shit, and they will not give a
Yeah,
shit.
that's what
So we have to.
30% of 100. We just gotta go harder, even if we have
We
to go
have to.
subway as well, because the employees in the subways are also MTA employees. So it just has to.
Right.
Yeah.
It
Right.
just
And there might be employees
Uh,
be like, "Oh, what is all this big? Why they got a big deal with autism? What about this that I need? Hey, so you got to speak up the
one
same way we do it now.
yeah.
one
Same way we
problem
do it
at
now.
one problem at a time. Right now,
Yeah,
we focusing on getting ABA, and then if we win that, we could. If we
they could
win
open a
this,
door for.
the floodgates will open up for everything we need. But we need to come together as a union. And with the power that we have as a union, there's no way they can at least not hear us at the negotiating table.
We pay
There's
so many
no way.
things. We pay union fees. We pay so much money that gets taken off our check. They can make a good deal for us to get a good ABA service for our child. It's not impossible. You know what's the difference between us minorities and other groups? That they don't see that it's not impossible. We do. We right away limit ourselves. We're like, oh no, wait, we can't do it. But Jennifer Powell is a white woman, and she was like, you could do it. I don't
Mhm.
see no reason why you can't. I say, you know what, you are right. I could do
The,
this.
the
You
Jewish
can.
community, I mean, they have lots of
Right
children on the
for
spectrum,
everything. So why not? You know?
and they get things done
Yeah,
because they stick together.
exactly.
We have what, over 40,000 employees in transit.
Hmm.
Hmm.
If we had that many signatures, like Rob said in the comments, you don't have to wait till negotiating time to start negotiating the contract. If they see we have so many signatures, they know we mean business.
Hmm.
You know, if we might get it done before the contract.
Hmm.
And it's not like we saying we want them to just pay. We looking for the contract for stuff that we don't necessarily use
Yeah.
and
Like,
swap it out.
and OT is good, but they provide that in our children's school.
Right.
Exactly.
I don't need it. I'm not using it, but
No,
that is a service to me. You
my
know?
child gets the speech. He gets the OT. Well, he don't need OT anymore. The speech and I think that's what he's getting right now. But the ABA, it needs it. So I guess it all depends on the child of each of our coworkers, the
Yeah.
children, their needs. But I'm pretty sure that all of them would need that ABA because that has like everything included plus more because that's like a one-on-one. It's not like you're in a class of 12 to 1, you
Mhm.
know, as they say, depending on the size of the class. What's the size of your child's class? Like ours is 12 to 1,
One.
8 to 1. So see, so with ABA is pretty much a one-on-one, which is
Mhm.
I guess why it's also an expensive session, but you're gonna have that professional with your child for whatever amount of time it is every day, which
Mhm.
is because
Well,
again, you're a
30
working
minutes
parent
2 times a week. He gets speech 30 minutes 2 times a week, and that makes a difference. Even 10 minutes.
because they're young, so they pick up things
Yeah,
very quick when they're
yeah.
like
And they
in
really
that kind of
need it all
environment.
the time. Yeah.
And as time goes, maybe the child doesn't need that anymore. Okay, we take them off.
Hmm.
But right now, oh my God, I just really see this happening. I'm just excited about this. What else can we say? I'm really hoping you could bring this lady on for next week
Yeah, I'm gonna speak to Jennifer. I must call her on
because
Monday or
she's
Tuesday.
definitely someone that could help us make a difference.
She's gonna get the
Hopefully,
ball rolling for us. Watch. She's gonna tell us all the reasons why we should go. And
I might even be able to have Miss Letty Pringle, the council dispatcher, because she's very
yeah.
interested in helping us out too. So, we got now an operator from Manhattan. We got here in Brooklyn. We have dispatcher that works in council out of Manhattan,
I know two
and we're
dispatchers, Bridge. I gotta speak to them first.
and you know someone too, right?
Yeah, I got
Mm-hmm.
two of them. I need to speak to them, but they I know one of them. Her child is older. She already went through the process, but I'm pretty sure when I speak to her, she'll be down to join us.
So MTA, if you're watching, and somebody up there is watching this,
Yes, Rich.
just give us what we're asking. There's really we're coming hard.
The union too, so the union
Say that
could.
again. I'm sorry.
We need help from the union. Our union, TW.
100%.
Tony,
100%. And
everyone
again,
we live
let's
for.
not make this a what do you
Political?
call it? A political issue.
No,
This
it's not.
is
For help.
this is a healthcare issue
Yeah.
with transit. This is something that the plan does have, and they give in other states, because I found out even here in New York in other jobs they give it. So we need it for our MTA children.
Yes.
I wanted to mention something real quick that it's kind of cool. Blunt, if you get that picture for city,
Of who?
city
I can't read the
baseball.
comments that you posted earlier because I wasn't.
Okay, well they're there. You could always
Oh.
rewatch it and go through all the comments. You'll see everybody that's typing something. But
Yeah,
this
and
this
you get
out
rid
of
of the
City
song.
Field. This out of City Field, the Mets, they created a new dugout at City Field. They call it the sensory nook, and it's to help those people with the autism, ADHD, and dyslexia, where they can't deal with a lot of noises sometimes in a baseball game, where they could be in there, enjoy the game without all that overwhelming
That's awesome.
noise, from the set. So it's a great thing. They just brought this up, I think, like 2 weeks ago. Thank you, Rob Martinez, because he sent me this.
Have you guys seen Bus Buff? Those kids that stay outside taking pictures of buses all day long, they're autistic.
Oh yeah, that they love buses that much.
The guys that wear the logos of the MTA, the one train, all the trains, they're autistic too. Most of the kids that love the transit are on the autistic spectrum. My son, he loves the train. He loves the train. He's addicted to the train. So, with that being said, that was all.
You Brooklyn Pete? I was waiting for Brooklyn Pete. That's
how we close up.
We need to do this. Thank you guys for everything. I really appreciate you. We're gonna keep the ball rolling.
Oh, it's a wrap, man. We're gonna be definitely gonna keep this rolling.
Yeah, we're gonna do this.
So this is our goal right now. So next week, folks, we continue with this. We have things that we want to talk about. Other things and things. But right now, I think this is gonna be in the front burner, at least until we make sure that we have the firm that you were talking to us about.
Yes.
And then once we have that for sure. So again, folks, anybody with children on the spectrum who work in the TA, hit us up. Let us know that you are interested. You don't have to be in the show. You don't have to be. Nobody has to know who you are. But we need you to reach out to us, and then we'll give you the phone number to call, as Blunt and I did, and Michelle did. Actually, Ms. Lopez is the one that started this with the firm, and then we jumped in. So anybody that wants to be part of this lawsuit that we're going to do, hit us up. We'll give you the number so you can make the call, put your name on that list. And hopefully next week, Ms. Lopez will have some good news for us with Ms. Jennifer, and maybe we'll be able to put the firm out there and get this ball rolling. That's what we're doing.
Thank you to Transit
for
everything. Thank you so much.
Yes.
She got the name right too, son.
Yeah. Look at that. Somebody, how many people we brought on the show and talked to and everything, and no mention. No mention.
Yeah, listen, guys, you guys.
You see, it confused me now.
Spoke too soon.
And you got our number, so anytime you got information, maybe you can get Blunt's number too. Anytime you get information you want to share with us, or you say, hey, look, this Thursday, let's do this. I got this lined up, and hey.
555.
Thank you guys. Take care, and thank you for everything. We'll see each other when I get Jennifer on the when I ask her if she could join, we'll do another segment about this. I appreciate it so much.
No, not a problem.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
So, guys, if you want to join up, you could definitely on this page if you're watching on Facebook, and if you're watching on YouTube, the link to sign a petition is in the comments. Just click the link, sign your name, share it out. Like Pete said earlier, they do ask for money. We're not asking for money. If you want to donate money, that's fine. You could do that. It does help the cause, but we're not asking for that. We just want your
Yeah,
signature.
and that money is not coming to us, right?
I don't even know. I gotta ask them. I don't know where that money's going right now.
I
But
think that goes to them to help.
yeah, I think it helps spread the word. They like use that money to help share it out to other
Yeah, they
places
share it
and
out
stuff
to
like
more
that.
people.
I know we don't see none of that money.
Right.
But we do have T-shirts out there. We do have shirts in our store. It's called what's it called? It's called ABA for MTA, and
And it's in our merch,
it's in our merch.
which
The
is
link is also in the comments on both Facebook and YouTube, so you can go there.
twotransandmisfits.com.
Right.
Right? Twotransandmisfits.com.
Okay. Yep.
Take you right to our store. You see a lot of other stuff, but Blunt just added the autism logo that he created, and it's there. So go check it out.
You can go
And
there.
again,
You could check it out on our YouTube channel. If you see this particular video, the link is in the description in that video petition, where both the links to the petition and the links to that particular T-shirt is in the description. So
and you had something about this, Blunt, that you have posted. Are you still doing that?
Huh?
You have posted something about this shirt.
Oh yeah. My bad. I forgot about that. Yeah. I started a contest on both Next Plus Please and Two Trans and Misfits, which is our Facebook page. You got to subscribe. You subscribe to our YouTube channel to win a free T-shirt, and I think I'm picking the 10th subscriber. The 10th subscriber will win a free T-shirt. What is it? What the hell did I put up there? You subscribe and you mark done on the petition YouTube
on the video on YouTube.
Yeah, you go on there, you subscribe, and you go to the video that says petition, and hit done, and then that way I can count and see who's what, and then the 10th subscriber will win a free T-shirt from us. Once we get up to about 10 people, then I'll close it and then move on to something else. But that's definitely.
Or maybe me better, like maybe some kind of a mix with the names, because then if I want the T-shirt, I'm like, I'm not gonna subscribe till I see 9 people on there, and then I'll be the 10.
You never know. You never know.
So maybe like from those 10, you'll be like a kind of a raffle thing to just grab a name or something.
Yeah, we could do that. Raffle it out.
Yeah, because I could just see people be like, "Nah, I'm gonna wait till there's 9, and then I'll subscribe to get that T-shirt." I'm just saying. So if you want to win, you're gonna be counting for you 1, 2. I'm subscribing. I'm number 10. I won.
Yeah, so
but
that's what's up.
But we'll work that out.
Yeah, I'll work it out. Work it out. Yep.
Okay, so I guess that's it for today.
Yep. Pretty much.
We will come back next week, hopefully with more news on this, folks. Please continue to follow us, subscribe on YouTube. Once again, get that signature in there, please. We're right now up to 218, just 4 days. We got a nice amount going up. Please, we got a lot of people that know us on Facebook. And if this is a good time for you to be a friend to us, is right now, because it's not just helping my child, but it's helping a lot of other co-workers of ours that have children on the spectrum. And all it takes is that one signature. Help us get this ball rolling.
And that's all we asking for right now is your signature.
The signature. It takes nothing. You go in there. When it says take next step, you say not now. You can share it. You can just click share and share it to your page, and that's it. Your job is done. Thank you very much. We saw that you signed the petition. That's all we need. That's all we're asking. Just help us out with this. If there's one thing that we've ever asked for help, this is definitely needed. I guess anything else?
Stephen Tatton, labor relations need to reconsider. Yep. With enough names on our list, I'm sure they'll have no choice but to reconsider. At least look at it. The power of the petition is pretty strong when you have enough people in it. And we have a good union if we stick together. So that's the task at hand. Once you see the petition, sign the petition, share it out, get your best friends to sign it, keep bringing it up to people. Hey, did you sign it? Hey, did you sign it? Okay, all right. And then we keep you guys updated on the progress because we're not gonna stop. We're like P. Diddy in this motherfucker. Don't stop.
Don't stop. All right, folks. Thank you for joining us. Let's continue this fight going on. We'll catch you all next week. And with all that said, I'm Brooklyn Pete.
And I'm your boy Blunt.
And this is the end of this show.
Sign a petition.
Peace.
Yeah.